You want to know some random knowledge? Have you ever heard of Mel's Hole?
No. Well, tell us about Mel's Hole.
So Mel's Hole. Y'all want to hear about Mel's Hole?
Does Mel know he looked at his hole?
No, I've never looked at Mel's Hole actually, but we should all go find Mel's Hole. Mel's Hole is this hole in Washington State.
I don't want to go there.
It's a big hole. You're already here, Mike. I'm sorry.
This is Mel's Hole. We're in hell right now.
It's actually near Ellensburg, or so.
Mel's Hole sounds as if it smells of mothballs.
It might.
It's an old
Who
name.
knows?
Mel.
Old Mel.
It's like back in the 1800s or something. No, sorry. The story came from the 1800s about this hole being near Ellensburg, like so many miles east or what. Fuck, I'm gonna look this up real quick. Anyways, Mel's Hole is said to be like 80,000 feet deep. Okay, that's what this person has measured so far using
80,000.
80,000.
How big? How far could you go?
So listen, he stopped measuring at that point because it's supposedly bottomless.
Okay,
right?
sorry, Mark. I don't.
No, that's bull. It's not
Wait,
bottomless.
Well, Mark, back up. So the hole is like man-made, right? Is that going back?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm gonna look
Nothing
this
says
up.
I got it right here. So Mel's Hole, and this could be a complete urban legend, could be bullshit, but I've heard this story. I heard this story when I was young, and I read it in a book. Okay, about what there's this thing about weird places in Washington. Okay, and I just looked it up again. It says according to an urban legend, an allegedly bottomless
That
pit
case is dope. Sorry. to
near
interrupt.
Ellensburg,
cool
Washington. Claims about it were first made on. Oh, okay. So it was first made on a radio show by a guest calling himself Mel Waters. Later investigated. There's no credible evidence of the hole exists. Of course, people would say that if it really did exist. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
well, this doesn't exist. I'm reading it to you.
Oh, I'm just fascinated, dude. I'm learning.
The legend of the bottomless hole started on February 21st, 1997, when Mel Waters appeared on a radio show. Waters claimed that he owned rural property 9 miles west of Ellensburg in Kittitas County, Washington, that contained a mysterious hole. According to Waters, the hole had an unknown depth of at least 80,000 feet. He claimed to have measured the depth using fishing line and a weight, although he still had not hit bottom by the time 80,000 feet of line had been used.
He's just bored one day.
How long would that take to hand over hand with fishing
I don't know,
line?
80,000
He probably had
feet
a big reel or something. So think about this.
God
though.
damn it, Ellen, I'm going out there today.
What I read back when I was a kid in this book was that there was
He's
like
so bored in his marriage. He's like, I'm gonna go measure that hole. Fuck this shit.
I heard these things as a kid that there had been like 120 cars, 5,000 tires, like all this shit thrown in this hole.
Damn.
And just disappeared, right? And so
That's
there's
some
like
old timey shit where they're just like, put that car in
yeah,
there.
let's see how many cars we can push in the hole.
Put a Chevy in there.
So Mel Waters claimed that the hole had magical properties. Like they threw some dog in there and then they found the dog like later on alive. Like it was a dead dog they threw in the hole. They're like, oh, the dog was hit by a car, throw it in the hole, and then like 6 days later.
It was a golden retriever that they threw in there. It's like, oh my God, there it is. One of the most common dogs ever running around.
So according to Waters, the hole's magical properties prompted the U.S. federal agents to seize the land and fund his relocation to Australia, where he lived.
Get out of here.
From
We
then
need you
on.
out of here. You've discovered
It's like, we're gonna take over.
Yes.
We're gonna take over your fucking hole,
Right.
and you're gonna go move to Australia.
Operation Sycorax is in
It's funny,
effect.
like the how the government will
Yeah.
have like. See, this is where like the government is too inflated. Like the
Mm-hmm.
what is it? The Skinwalker Ranch, where they devote all their time to paranormal
Yeah.
activity, and it's like 3 people, and they just throw
Yeah.
millions of dollars at
Yeah.
it every fucking year with no end in sight.
Yeah.
And they're just like, yeah, the government will never say anything about it, and they will take over portions of the United States where people are like, there's this bottomless pit I put fishing line in, and they're like, we need that, get the fuck out of here, and don't stop at the coast, go all the way to fucking Australia.
Yeah.
You don't belong here anymore. It's like, what did you find there, Mel?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's an interesting story, though. Can you imagine?
You should go out there.
They talk about like a hole being that deep would actually collapse in on itself, which I get. You know, you're thinking about science and physics and all that stuff, and how a hole that deep would have to be extra wide. Maybe it is. Who the fuck knows? I've never seen
They
it.
have that that hole in Russia that they man-made, and they put like miles and miles.
Yeah.
And they can't go any further or something like that.
That hellish pit. Yeah.
Yeah, should we go out
Pretty
there?
crazy.
I want to go out there.
I don't know. There was like in 2006 and 2007 they had like a group of 30 people to go out and try to find the hole, and they couldn't find it. So maybe it's covered up by some CIA like crazy green screen thing going. I'm just fucking around.
It's like a shed on top of it.
Maybe it doesn't
That's where
exist.
the moon landing was filmed.
Do you know
It was
what the
inside the hole.
diameter of the hole was? Like, do you know how big it was, or?
About as big as an anus.
No.
I don't know. I have no fucking idea.
A tight anus. It had a walnut in the center.
That's crazy.
It's an interesting story.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a guy underground with a breathing tube, and it's his butthole.
His ass
He's
is just
like-
sticking up.
People are like, there it is. Oh, let's
see how many cars we can push.
He's like, oh yeah, fucking bring it on. They're like, who said that?
All here is oh.
It's like,
He spit that dog right out.
that dog was dead, and then when they put it in his asshole, Mel's asshole,
Magical
it fucking
asshole.
came back alive. It was like, I'm not fucking spending my afterlife here.
Good old Mel.
He's got a phone underneath the ground, and he's like, yeah, there's this mysterious hole. Try and find it. Oh. All fucking gay
On
and
the
shit.
radio, on the radio show.
Nothing can satisfy Mel's hole.
No, it's ever enlarging.
He's like, you'll never find it. The government's like, we need to find it now.
We need to probe it with as many things as we can.
Huh.
But I mean, you think about this concept of Mel's Hole being a large pit, right? And you hear these conspiracy theorists talk about large pits just like that, like at the North Pole and South Pole, and that they like flew planes into it, and there's like an inner world inside the fucking Earth,
damn.
right? There's conspiracy theories about that. Same concept though, like a bottomless pit, right? If you're gonna go all the way through, what if they're just dropping shit in Mel's Hole and it's coming out the other side? You know, so there's like some pile of shit on the other side. That's an interesting concept. I don't think it fucking happen.
I think
but,
humans
you know.
have always
It
tried to get to the center of the earth.
It can't happen, but if it did happen, there's this fucking giant hole in China. We're just throwing trash in there. There's a car fucking smashing Chinese people. And they're like, oh, fuck you,
God.
America. They're like, we give you coronavirus. Coronavirus.
So if there's like some inner Earth inside, you know, there's like a civilization,
There's an
in
inner
there, and
core.
we're just fucking throwing our garbage down this pit, and it's just landing and destroying their shit.
They're gonna take over. I don't know. Feels like we could probably get like a probe down there if it existed.
Fly a drone or something.
Yeah, something. Like Kirk, who went to Marianas Trench or whatever?
Marianas Trench.
Marianas Trench.
James Cameron, I think.
Yeah, like he actually went down there and had never been down there. I feel
There's
like he
nothing
There's
here.
there's been like very few people that have gone to the bottom of the trench. I don't know if they've gone all the way to the bottom.
What's
but
the depth of that anyway?
Deep.
Find out.
Almost,
Fucking-
it's about as deep as Mel's Hole.
Don't you bring Siri into this, dude.
How deep
You
is the
fucking
Marianas
shut up.
Siri.
Trench?
She's not going to listen to you.
6.8 miles.
About 200 kilometers east of the Mariana Islands. It is the deepest oceanic trench on Earth.
Cool.
Would you like to hear more?
No.
She didn't even tell you how deep it was. That fucking bitch.
Hold on.
Put it up to the microphone when you do it next time.
How many feet are in 6.8 miles?
35,904 feet.
And what was
That's not as deep as Mel's Hole.
Mel's Hole goes 3 times.
At least
that.
80,000 feet.
I
from
don't
Mel.
believe Mel's Hole exists.
Yeah, where are they getting
You never
80,000
know.
from? Like,
From Mel,
Where are you
dude.
getting 80,000 feet of fishing line?
You could buy 80,000 feet of fishing line.
you'd be
The same
like
place where
robbing
you
every
learn how to
retailer.
lie to everybody and convince the government to buy your shit and kick you to Australia.
If you bought
It's like, fucking
80,000
send me to
if you
He's trying
bought-
to sell his property.
If you bought 80,000 feet of fishing line, the government would be looking at you for some weird
Oh,
reason.
dude, they'd be
anyways.
like, "What is he doing?
What the fuck is this guy doing?"
ATF
Civilian.
FBI.
You can't simply do stuff. Like when I go to the fucking grocery store and I buy up all of the NyQuil, it's like I always get questioned.
FBI sends a letter.
I buy glassware and NyQuil, and they always are like, "What the fuck are
I
you
buy
doing?"
a
And I'm like,
Bunsen burner.
I just can't sleep. All the Strike Force energy I drink. Gotta get to sleep.
Can a
Why
guy
does
just
my
buy
house
NyQuil?
smell like
Yeah.
chemicals?
Oy, oy, oy.
Why did you buy all that fertilizer from Home Depot? I have a huge garden. I have a pumpkin patch.
What's that U-Haul truck in the back?
Now we're just telling people how to make explosives, and fucking meth.
Oh, we're gonna get phone calls.
It's all right. Your phone's on silent.
Yeah,
it's on
dude.
silent.
Right?
Yeah, it is now. Yeah, like that's another question. Like, what is the I know I'm incriminating myself. Like,
Incriminating what?
how
Are
many
you doing
bottles of
something bad?
Robitussin can you buy until
You're
you get a
incriminating
letter
yourself.
from
What do
the-
you? Wait, go back.
I think they limit
back,
you
go
at the
back.
store.
They
David.
limit you at the store,
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think you can buy like more than two.
Here's something that they don't limit you on is I saw a dude buying a fucking what are those, the propane containers from fucking Home Depot. He had a cart full of them, and the dude he had
shit.
scabs and shit all over it. He's like, like
Oh,
pushing
nice.
his cart with one hand, just
Dude,
like
he's probably homeless, and he
Yeah.
saved up all the
the
money that he got
shekels.
from the fucking street corner, or
Yeah.
maybe just a quarter
I
of
was-
it, and went to just purchase that because that's how he heats his tent, and gets high.
propane huffing.
or he's making meth out there in the woods.
In his
Yeah.
fucking tent.
Yeah.
God, what are they gonna do about that? That shit's grown.
Oh, are we
They're
talking
not
about
gonna-
homeless again?
He went there.
I'm sorry. I just.
We have like 5 episodes where we talk about euthanizing
homeless.
every homeless person.
Oh my god.
Like, I don't know what else. We beat that
Isn't that
dead
what
homeless
she-
person enough.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird. Like Robitussin and homeless people.
That's what this episode's
Propane
cause is getting called.
Robitussin.
Yeah,
Robitussin.
sponsored by Robitussin.
How many bottles of Robitussin can fit in Mel's hole?